reckon having a veggie patch is one of the most rewarding things you can do. You know, there's nothing better than delivering the freshest, most nutritious food to the family's dinner table on a daily basis. Now look, once you've set up the parameter of the garden, enriched the soil and made sure you've got a good water supply, well, you're going to enjoy a lot of success growing a huge range of veggies. The main complaint people with veggie gardens have is pests eating holes through plants and having to use pesticides. Controlling pests without chemicals is a little more difficult, but more commonly these days you'll find a good selection at your local garden centre or Mitre 10 store. Now, Derris Dust is an age-old gardening remedy. Now, it's perfect for controlling a broad range of garden pests. Now, the way it works, well, it's quite incredible. You see, it originates from a completely natural source, the root of a tree called barbasco. Now, this originates from the tropical jungles of Brazil, where the natives used to use the ground-up root of this tree and sprinkle it over the water. Fish would float to the surface and they'd scoop them out and be able to eat them. Now, the way this works is it paralyses them and it affects insects in exactly the same way. But in small quantities, well, look, it has no effect on humans at all, which makes it the ideal way to control most garden pests in the veggie patch. You'll buy it as Yates Nature's Way vegetable dust, and it's a good broad spectrum pesticide for everything from slugs to caterpillars and even aphids. When applying it, make sure you have gloves and a dust mask. You can never be too careful. Simply dust over the plants in question and any pests will fall off dead once they come in contact with the dust. And remember, don't use this near fish and avoid dusting on windy days so you can control where it's been applied. And in its dust form, look, it's just brilliant for veggie gardens, controlling the most common garden pests beautifully. Now, look, remember, this is a natural product, but it does have a 24-hour withholding period. So, look, make sure you give all the foliage a good wash down after you've selected it and brought it into the kitchen. It's always wise, gives you peace of mind. Speaking of peace of mind, there's no better peace of mind than knowing exactly what you've fed and also sprayed your plants with as they've grown. This means when you put it on the table, well, look, you've got no qualms at all about giving your family the very best quality food they could ever have.